and welcome to the Smoke Break. I'm your host, Joel Pal Zane, here with Zoe Schwartz.
Hello.
Jasmine Nothing.
Good morning.
And Gabe Holmes.
Hi.
Gabe Holmes is a comedian and a short-form content creator, and I'm so excited to have you on the podcast today.
So excited to be here.
Yeah. Should be a lot of fun. But before we do that, we're going to do a real quick disclaimer, which is just to say that we are here for entertainment purposes only, and we work in the field of mental health, but do not claim to be professionals in this space. Our intention is to have conversations around a lived experience, and as a result, we may not always agree with what our guests say, but we do intend to hold space for conversations and learning from one another. So, Gabe, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me here. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, this will be fun. So, dependability was a topic that I think that we can all kind of relate to, whether it's having dependable people in our life or having dependable things in our life, or maybe even having something that we believed was going to be dependable and losing it. What's been everybody's experience with dependability? Is it something that you find a lot of in your life?
I think I've tried to increase it, and to make myself feel, and safer was the first word that came to mind.
Sure.
It's not necessarily quite it, but more in control maybe,
Yeah.
which results in feeling safe. And also you can only do that to a certain extent, and then sometimes things fall out from underneath you that you thought were going to be there regardless. And then life looks real different. And then you just have, as we continue to talk about on the show, the idea of just this is just what's happening now, and kind of radical acceptance and all the other topics we've done recently. Yeah, and which is unfortunate, and also just trying to be open to whatever is on the other side of that change, whether you wanted the change to happen or not.
Yeah. It makes me think about how I think routine is really important for our well-being, but I think also being prepared for the fact that your routine isn't always going to work or might fall through is also an important. So it's kind of interesting how we need routine, but we also need to be flexible to the idea that our routine might not always. Both are important.
You only have so much power over it.
Can't be too attached to it, but you probably need dependability. But sometimes you just gotta not have it and be okay with it, which is hard.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like something that I've just personally been struggling with recently is I'm a little baby. I'm only 25. And recently I've been making a lot of mistakes. And it's I used to think that I was dependable. And finding that, I'm so flawed and will make errors. And it's I can't always be dependable. Sometimes I'll be on my off days and won't be able to be there in ways people need me to be there.
Yeah.
That's been a big shock, I know. What? That's crazy.
I like the off days, because it's I think that I don't know, it gives credit to the fact that you're not going to be on every day, and that you might be more dependable on some days. There might be some days that you can definitely count on me. I feel personally for me that there are some days that you can definitely count on me where I'm just I can show up to this. And then there's some days where it not so much, and as much as I want to be there, I don't even feel like I can depend on me to be there, and that's a hard one when you can't even really depend on your own emotions, because it's everybody else is depending on you and you're depending on you as well. Now what do I do? Oh no.
But I also like the ideas of off days being just off days, not now I'm a bad person,
Yeah.
or now I'm an undependable
Off
person,
lifetime.
or cancel myself.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can definitely take yourself out of the equation if you think that you're supposed to be perfect. If you think that if you think you're never supposed to make mistakes, the second you do, that's when you consider yourself as as a flawed person, And I think that if we acknowledge the fact that dependability is something that can be grown over time, it's something that can be earned back. Because I've definitely let people down. I've definitely let people down in the past where it's I've had to go back and had to say, hey, I wasn't dependable in this moment, but I have every intention to be dependable to you in the future.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do. That's a hard thing to do.
And also the amount of grace that I'm able to give somebody else for making a mistake versus the amount of grace that I can offer myself, which is none.
Yeah, that's
I fuck up, I'm bad. And then somebody else fucks up, and I'm just oh,
that's human.
That was
you're a human.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, you're a human. Of course. Me, no. I'm supposed to be perfect.
It makes me think about like expectations, like they're, like it's like it's important for people to be dependable, but also like when we have too high of expectations for anything in our life to be dependable, we kind of set ourselves up for failure because, well, not set yourself up for failure, but just like you can get super let down by somebody because they weren't there on a day, like someone who's normally there for you, say you reached out and like they just weren't on, they had an off day or whatever. And you might be like, well, this means that they're not there for me. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, that's not everyone can be
they had a
dependable.
fucked Wednesday.
Exactly. Yeah. Like not everybody
or
can.
a week even.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the people that you see as dependable in your life there's going to be moments where you can't depend on them. And that doesn't mean that like they're not
dependable.
Yeah. Or that they're not someone you can turn to next time. You know what I mean? It just means like not everybody is always going to be the way you expect them to be. And that can be a hard lesson sometimes. But it also could be like a good way to like, just like a relationship where you're like, hey, I expect you to be there for me the most of the time, but if you aren't there sometimes, I'm not going to like decide that you're a crappy friend.
Yeah. Gabe, do you feel like there's somebody in your life that, or something in your life that's very dependable?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd say my grandfather, super dependable.
Really?
Guy is a rock in my life. I'd say like basically honorary father to me.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, he was just always there, is always there. I mean, he writes me letters like weekly.
Wow.
What?
Yeah,
Like handwritten letters?
Not Henry. You can't read that. That it has to be typed. Otherwise, it's like all that effort gone. But no, he hand types letters to me weekly. We do a pen pal-ness and then we call too. And
I love that.
yeah, he's just super dependable. Great advice. Really. Love that
I
guy.
like that.
Yeah.
What do you think gives him those qualities of dependability?
Gosh, I mean, certainly a time component is there. I mean, if he wasn't spending all that time, that wouldn't be able to be there.
Yeah,
you know?
you wouldn't be able to count on it
dependability
always being
is a time thing.
That
But
makes
also he cares. I know. I feel like he puts energy. He's thoughtful.
The amount of care that he puts when he is there and the amount of time that he shows. Yeah.
Yeah, very present.
Yeah. I think present's a good word for it because it's very much like being in the moment and being there for the person and with them in that moment. Because like you can have people there with you in a bad moment that are like thinking about other shit, their other bad moments that are like, there's bad stuff over here. And you're just like, but what about my bad stuff right here? But I mean, somebody who, kind of like sits with you, in that and it's just like, okay, like I'm not thinking about how I have to do my dishes later. I'm thinking about you and how we're gonna figure this out, like I think dependability is something that you don't exactly get to decide like right off the bat because there's people who I thought I could count on that I couldn't and people who I didn't think I could count on that I actually ended up being able to. So
And how that shifts over time.
Yeah.
Real.
Like it doesn't mean that they weren't dependable. They were dependable for a time period.
Yeah.
And then things shift.
Yeah, exactly.
I think about like in times in my life where I've had a hard time or whatever, and I haven't been as like available as a friend, like it's like when you are going through something really hard, I think often like a lot of your energy goes towards yourself and taking care of yourself. And like as a result, you're just not as available for other people or as even like aware of what's going on with other people. And I think back on times in my life where I was like, wow, I really was like not checked into like what other people might have needed, but whatever, I guess I needed and
that's probably okay.
Yeah, it was probably okay.
Yeah.
But I also like I see myself as someone who is like conscious of what other people need around me. So I think it's like, I just have to be nice to myself about the times where I wasn't as dependable as I would have liked to be.
Yeah, being able to be like mutually dependable too. I guess like, I was having a hard week. I called you. You were also having stuff. We talked about it. Like it was like co-support versus like one direction.
Yeah, because sometimes, and that's a good point. Yeah. So sometimes with
Co-support, I mean.
Well, and that's the thing. You might be available for someone, like there's certain people where you're like, okay, I know this person's going to be able to like mutually show up. But like sometimes when someone's really in crisis, they might not be able to do that. You know what I mean? And so I think that's also like part of it too, is like how am I going to, what am I going to get or how am I going to leave this situation feeling like, do I have the space to just give all of which is okay sometimes, right? Like,
well,
yeah.
I guess I'm kind of curious, like what's the difference between like dependability and like setting an expectation, like it may be an unfair expectation? Is like, was somebody undependable or did you have an unfair expectation?
Yeah, totally. Well, I think over time maybe is like the better example, right? Like you were saying, like over a long chunk of time, if someone is usually there for you, you know what I mean? I think that, like, I think maybe you need to give time to determine whether someone's dependable or not, because in an acute
kind
situation.
of like a repeated, like, I was able to count on you here, you came through, I was able
you
to
need
count
enough
on you.
evidence to actually make a decision.
Yeah, because if you make it after like 2 times of reaching out and one of the times they don't, then it's like,
they're not dependable.
It's not enough
It's like,
information.
no, they had the flu one week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also dependability builds trust too. I think that's the other thing, right? Is like, it's like, how do we, like you said, safety, which is like kind of like trust too, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think building safety and trust is like repeat interactions. You know, it's just like, I need to know that, like, if shit hits the fan, I can count on you. Shit hits the fan, I can count on you. You know, I wish there was like this, you know, one moment where it's like, you came through for me on this one thing, and now everything is, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes there is, but it's just like that. I don't feel like that builds dependability. That just kind of gives like short examples of where it works out.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you recover, like when you realize that something isn't dependable anymore?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
What about
Well, you
Gabe?
said the thing about acceptance, so that's part of it, right? Like,
I think just working on that. I mean, I got fired. It was just deciding whether I was going to say that. I got fired from a job I was at for a really long time for confusing circumstances. And that was the thing that I thought was going to be super dependable for, like, maybe like I was going to like die there and like haunt the building. So, and now that I'm not, apparently.
You can still haunt the building.
I mean, I'm going to haunt the building while I'm alive, hopefully.
it might be a different haunting now.
And so I'm just trying to figure out like what's next, and how much to like either like fight against what's happening or be angry about it versus just like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
And I don't know yet.
Yeah.
It's still really new.
Third one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else any idea about how you recover from being let down?
I would say, I something that you often say is like, everything's fine on a long enough timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that something that like I try to believe and try to remember is that, like, as fucked as everything might feel in a moment, that like over a long enough time, you know, through, and it like, I think like being able to put energy into something and see it pay off, I think also is, you know, encouraging in that way, because it's very hard to have a plan and be like, this is what I planned for, and then have that fall apart, and then be able to like keep going, because for so long you just had a plan, you know, this is what it was going to look like.
Yeah, and like grieving that plan potentially,
Totally.
and figuring out the amount of grieving before making the next plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabe, what about you?
I think my gut reaction is usually to be angry at myself, because if
yeah.
something let me down, that means I put myself in a position to rely on something, which is like you should be able to put yourself in that position, but
But it also makes you vulnerable.
it also makes you vulnerable. And I'm like, why did I let myself be vulnerable? And then eventually I'm like, no, it was good that you were vulnerable. Like, let's be, you know, I try and get into that growth mindset where I see the pain as an opportunity to grow. That usually takes a long time, though, and there's usually a lot of beating up first.
Yeah.
Makes me think of like a breakup. Like breakups are the worst, and you're just like, this is just gonna fucking suck for a while, like, you know. And then it's like, that's just a tough one. Like and that's in a relationship. You're like, there's a decent chance at some point I'm gonna be massively let down by this really cool, fun thing that is awesome right now. I mean, hopefully not, but you know, most of them. Unless you're with someone for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, putting emotional investment into anything is like a risk that you're going to get your heart broken about it, whether it's a person or a place or a hobby or a whatever.
Yeah. So being prepared to be let down is probably an important part of life.
Well, I mean, I think like they say, all good things must come to an end. So I think like understanding that is a part of like most good things, you know, like, I don't know. I always thought like I've thought about the idea that like paradise is a prison if you can't escape it. You know what I mean? So it's like even the best things can be bad things if they don't have a limit. So it's like just accepting that things have an end, you know, they have an eventual end. It may not be the one we planned for, but they do have an eventual end.
Yeah.
So, you know,
and it doesn't ruin them while they were happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where I immediately go to is just like, well, this was fucked. I should never have done it.
Yep. Totally.
Instead of like just It doesn't have to be forever to have it be successful.
Everything has a season. That's what it makes me think of.
A reason, a season, and a lifetime. Yep. All right, I'm going to go read that corny poem, and we're going to take a real quick commercial, not a commercial break.
Nope, just a regular break.
Just a regular break with the smoke break.
break.
And welcome back to the smoke break. I'm your host, Joel Palzane. He was Zoe Schwartz,
Hi.
Jasmine Nothing,
I can't believe we're recording in the morning.
and Gabe Holmes.
I made that happen.
So early, Gabe. Why are we here?
I'm a
'cause we-
barista.
How dare you have a job?
Work on the weekend.
Well, it's because Gabe doesn't like wasting time,
Yeah.
and that is one of I know. I'm so goofy.
You're
He's
really
been
good
practicing.
At these.
I've been practicing at this, but yeah, wasting time. Our topic for this section.
Which we can't do right now because
Yeah.
Gabe has a job.
Well, I feel like it doesn't matter what you're doing. Sometimes you can feel like you're wasting time. You can be doing what you're supposed to be doing, and maybe you feel like you're spending too much time doing it. Maybe you are taking time to relax, and you feel like that there's something else you should be doing that's important. It's very easy to feel like you're wasting time. When do you feel like you're wasting time, Gabe?
I feel like I'm wasting time when I am doom scrolling on my phone. I'm like, another video, just some little nugget of good content, and then I'm like, oh no, it's been multiple hours. It's bedtime. It was bedtime.
Yeah.
Now it's like, yeah.
How many good nuggets would you have to get before you were like, okay, I have scrolled enough?
No, that's not how it works.
There's not a number.
You have to be like,
It's a trick
question.
Yeah,
It's a trick
it's
question.
never like I got 5 good pieces of content.
Yep.
No, it's just like
I'm full.
I need to get more good content. There is the hunger never goes away.
Yeah. No, I get
That's what the
that.
internet is good at.
I know
Yeah.
it's the worst.
Well, it's because it's infinite, you know? It's like you almost feel like you can't be wasting time because as long as you're always searching for information and there's always information out there, how could you be wasting time?
Yes.
And the answer is once you've absorbed enough that you can't absorb anymore, now you're wasting time.
Yeah. Or if it's, just some lady that baby talks to her dog for her entire page. Found that the other day. Watched way too many of them. Kind of hate her, kind of like her.
Real.
The dog, love him. It's like a part Chihuahua.
Dogs are perfect.
Yeah, he's like a Chihuahua pug baby, but he's like reddish and kind of like skin colored, and he's so cute. I think his name's Chewy, and she just literally baby talks to her dog for the entire all of her reels are just her baby talking to her dog, and I'm like, I hate it, but I kind of like it.
Can't look away.
And I'm like 17 in. I'm like, what's Chewy what's she gonna say to Chewy next?
How do you reclaim your time? How do you reclaim your time?
Stop watching reels.
Stop that. None. I try and do something like good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe fall asleep. Or I'm like, I was watching too many videos. I need to eat food. I need to go meal prep or
Yeah.
or like, I'm gonna sew a little patch onto my pants. Like do something that I know like actually brings me joy and like I feel like, I feel good about this.
Or has like a touch of accomplishment at the end of it.
Yeah. You've put something
Certainly.
into the world.
Yes.
It
Things
is
look a
slightly
little bit
different now.
Yeah.
There's a patch on a thing. The dishes are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
something.
read more in the book.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Some kind of progress. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of the thing about like doom scrolling is that it doesn't feel like because it's not like at the end of it, you have all the pages that you went through and you're like, man, I went through a whole bunch. It's this infinite, like, well, I'm only on one page, but you don't really like register. Because if you could see how much pages you doom scrolled, you'd be like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Has anybody gotten those commercials for Opal?
What's Opal?
what's up?
Oh my God. So
Is that our sponsorship or?
it's actually our sponsor. No, it's this app that fucking tries to keep you from doom scrolling.
Oh God.
But they make you feel so guilty about it. Like it was like 11 o'clock.
Like shame you out of it?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like 11 o'clock at night.
I know.
And I was like on it, and it like the app or the ad popped up, and it's just like all these people plugged into fucking shit in the back of their
Oh
head,
my God.
and they're just like thank you for your attention. We appreciate gathering all this information. Download and I'm like, what the fuck? So I downloaded Opal. No. But yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's like I get it, but I mean, that made me feel fucking weird.
Yeah,
I know I was wasting time.
I feel like I feel so busy, and then there's that like how many hours your phone gives you the like
Screen
tally.
time.
Ugh. Every time I'm just like, how is that possible.
This is my question. Does that count when you're texting and talking on the phone and FaceTiming? Because then that's why it seems so skewed, because you're not just doom scrolling for that 7 hours. That's also like all the text messages you sent, all the phone calls you made, right?
Or like the maps for driving from
Yes,
yes,
that's what I realized. Because I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm on my phone for 7 hours a day. I have a goddamn job. Like, you know? Like,
also, arguably, I was also on my phone for my job a ton, like Teams messages. And
I have to text my, I do on my own scheduling. Yeah. So that made me, I realized, but yes, I feel the same way when I see the number, but I'm also trying to make myself feel better that I use it. It's also anytime you use your phone at all, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Anytime it's like unlocked and you're doing something.
Yeah. If they really want to make you feel bad, they should say how many hours you doom scrolled, because that would
break
really,
it out.
Yeah, that would make you feel more.
Besides doom scrolling, what do you feel like you waste time on?
Worrying about things.
Ooh, fuck you.
Avoiding things that I don't want to do.
Twice. God damn it.
I think I used to spend a lot of time like overthinking about how hard something's going to be, or how much I should do something that I don't want to do, and then I don't have time to do it because I
doom scroll so I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
The number of times where I just feel like there's so many lessons where I'm like, I'll do something and I'll be like, I should learn this lesson, and then I immediately cannot learn that lesson. But I feel like that, like, I read something at some point of just like, if something it takes like less than 60 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Just do it now. Instead of like walking into the room and like setting it on the counter, just put the thing away. It took less than 60 seconds. It'll
a big help.
Not like take up running speed in your head all the time.
Yes.
Or like, what about a phone call? A phone call that's going to take 30 seconds. Like, just do it.
Yep.
And every single time I'll go and like, I don't know, 30 days of like, I should make this call. I should make this call. I should make this call. And then I'll be like so anxious about it and like so frustrated that I haven't done it. And then I'll do it and be like, fuck, that was so easy.
Why did I make it such a big deal?
Really resentful that I spent so much energy worrying about it for the last month. And then tomorrow, the different thing that I need to do, no recollection of yesterday's lesson. I just immediately disregard it and go back to
putting this off for 30
stuff
days.
Down. I would have so much more time to waste on something else.
Oh, yeah. No, I fully agree with that one. Were you going to say something?
Oh, no.
I was also thinking about the opposite, or not, maybe not the opposite, but like wasting other people's time.
Ooh,
which I know is like one of your like big.
That's
Well, and that ties into the dependability thing. Like when someone's like, I'll meet you, and then they're 20 minutes late and they don't give you a heads up.
Yeah.
Like I'm late a lot, but I try to give people a heads up like as early as I know I'm going to be late.
I did that yesterday where
we did that. I was 20 minutes late and you didn't tell them.
And I didn't tell them.
Both of us.
It was a team effort. It was a team effort. But I mean, I understood his frustration because like I have a friend who's constantly late. A couple of them. You think it's you, don't you? It's not. It wasn't even thinking about you. It's everybody who I've ever had for the smoke break.
Hey.
Yeah. No, not the guests.
No,
hosts.
they mean me.
Hosts.
They mean me.
Hosts. But no, you're fine. You're totally fine. But I've had people in the past that have taken time, extra time to like get shit done, and it's just like without that update. The update is so important.
The update is huge.
The update is important. I don't care if you're late.
Same.
I care if I there's something I could be doing while you're not here.
Same. I feel the same way.
Because that
just like the level of communication around it. Yeah, respectful.
Because have you ever like gone out to or like had a plan to like meet up with somebody? You're at your house and you're like sitting there waiting to go.
Yeah.
Just waiting. And then they're like, oh, I'm 30 minutes out, and then it's just like, I could have been fucking playing video games.
Right.
I could have smoked a cigarette. I could have like laid here for a napped. Like, yeah, just let me know you're not going to be on time.
The worst one is when people say that they're closer than like they lie and say that they're like, I'll be there in 5 minutes and they show up in 20. You're like, just like, how is that?
Just tell me 20.
How did that make this better? Like now I hate you because you lied and you're late. Just fuck, like I'm in the car. It's like, you're definitely not in the car. You were like tying your shoes. Like there's no way you were in the car. Just be honest. Yeah.
The worst is when I'm with somebody who is late, who's lying about being more on time than they are, and I'm just like, motherfucker, I know that we're late.
Like just so you know, we're actually 20
liar.
Yeah,
because I'm with you.
Yeah, I would be with somebody who would have us like late to work and would be like, yeah, I'm almost there, and I'm just like, no, we're not.
Yeah, we're not
Son
almost
of a
there.
bitch.
Yeah.
It feels bad like wasting other people's time.
Yeah.
Just like any time where like somebody else is waiting for me. I hate that feeling. I know like there's been times where I've been standing outside like waiting for me where I'm like, I don't know. I got caught in a parade the other day.
Oh yeah.
Could not get to Zane's house.
Parade season.
No matter what I did.
Yep. But I also feel like I hate when I feel like I'm wasting somebody else's time just because like time is so valuable. You know, it truly is like the only thing that we don't get back.
Yeah, it's an absolute finite resource.
Yeah, and I think it's just super important to respect people's time, which is why I'm just so grateful to have you. Gabe.
I'm so grateful to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Well, cool. Well, we're gonna take a real quick break, and then we will be right back with the smoke break, and then we'll wrap up.
Break.
We'll get you. Yeah. And welcome back to the Smoke Break. I'm your host, Joel Pal Zane, here with Zoe Schwartz.
Your old pal Zoe.
Has been nothing.
Sure, yeah. Old pal, it's me.
And Gabe Holmes.
I'm not old. Hi.
We get it. You're young.
I am.
Yes. Yeah, you're
Young
25.
pal.
You still have time to make mistakes. We get it. You also still have a lot of time to play and hang out.
I do.
Yeah.
Look at that segue.
But
thank you.
Unfortunately, tying it back to our last section, sometimes I don't want to play because I feel like it might be wasting time.
Oh no.
Which is crazy because play is so important and does so much for you. Like it regulates the nervous system. It fucking like makes you, like, gives your brain a little break. You know,
Yeah.
you can makes you like life or something. Like give you a reason or something. I don't.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
Or builds community. Like I know you play Magic the Gathering.
I play Magic the Gathering.
You've met friends, I imagine, with that.
Yep.
Similar.
That video games
Yeah.
where you just like you meet somebody online where you're just like, wow, I would have never talked to this person
Yeah, without play.
Yeah. I think it's important, but I think it's something that it can easily fall to the wayside.
I think about like my sister, why she's like the cooler aunt, because she like can fully like get into like imagination with the kids. Like she'll be like in character, like running around and I'm like, I just don't have it left in me. I think it's because I was a nanny for a long time when I was younger, and not that I can't like be silly, I can, but like she can just fully be like a little kid with them, like in the pool. She'll be like fully in character, you know. And I'm like, God, that looks so fun. I should lighten up a little bit and be more of a kid, you know. Like
I feel like play is so like closely linked to like being silly in my head.
I'm good at being
and
silly.
being silly feels like so scary for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't like being silly. I'm like fairly serious in a lot of ways. It's always I was just trying to think of like what I do that would like count as play, and I'm struggling to think of what it would be.
Yeah.
I know.
We need you to play
I
more.
want to get you playing.
Yeah.
I play cards sometimes.
Okay.
But that's like kind of the only like playful. I bought a PS5 to be cool, and I have not played it in like months.
Yeah, you have not.
Damn.
But you do have it as an option. Well, okay, like but when you did play it, did you find like a release of like at least I'm not thinking about fucking my life and all the worries and stuff that we talked about wasting time earlier?
Briefly, although I feel like I can multitask.
Yeah, you can be like, I'm being chased by a zombie and all my
I'm really,
problems.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
Two things are true.
Yeah, that's gotta be nice. What about you, Gabe?
Fun brain.
Yeah, I feel like play. I mean, I'm out here. I'm gaming.
Yeah, you're gaming.
I'm
Is
out
that
here gaming.
your main source?
Dancing a little bit too. I feel like,
Dance,
I really been getting into dance, and I think that's like
Going dancing.
like going dancing. Yeah, I've been going to a lot of honky tonks.
What?
And doing like two-stepping.
What?
My partner's been,
I
like,
love
teaching me
knowing
the
this.
moves. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Gonna info dump real quick. Portland has a really cool queer honky tonk scene that's super inviting. Like, you don't know how to dance, there will be 4 people who are ready to teach you.
Okay.
And
that
like
sounds really
they're
fun.
good. You're gonna learn. They're really good. Yeah, but that's
I think that's cool
sounds
that dance is a form of play for you. Just because, like, I think in order to play, you can't be self-conscious.
That's the
you
problem.
do have to get rid of that. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I don't think I could imagine dance as play because I'm too self-conscious. It's too, like rigid. I think play is like all like so near to like flow almost, where it's just like you're in a state of like, I'm just enjoying whatever's happening and doing it and in the state of doing.
There was one time when I went to San Francisco when I was, I think, 16 and visited friends, and my friend was like super into swing dancing at the time. And we went to this like swing dancing club, and it's the only like doing the like I will immediately like thinking about doing it now makes me want to die a little bit. But like when I was 16, I briefly dabbled in the idea of doing risky things, and like we went to this club, and basically it was super gendered and weird, but like all of the women like stood against the wall, and the men would like come and get you and then like bring you out, and it was like so it was like it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun and so fucking hard and scary.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to do it, and that was clear. But they're super supportive and kind of just like talk you through it and kind of like guide you a little bit, and just being able to kind of like let go in that moment and like let it happen. And my friend was like super good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was mostly just like watching her do her
That sounds
thing.
cool though.
And that's probably the last time I danced.
Yeah. Oh, we need to make you dance. Well, not make you, but
Thank you.
inspire you to dance.
Yeah, inspire. Yeah.
Yeah, inspired, I think might be the word.
No, I get it. I think
Consensual dancing.
Yeah, you have to. No, I'll make sure I'll make sure I have your consent. No, but you do. You have to not take yourself too seriously, I think, in order to play. And I think that is like the bummer part about
Hard.
becoming an adult is like we get programmed to take ourselves seriously all the time because we have to like be professional or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's hard. But I think I try to like strike a real strong balance between like being an adult and then being like a ridiculous human. I think the way I play mostly is just like talking shit, like being playful. Like I do a lot of like voices and like weird. I'll sing a lot. Like I have to be around the right people. But like I'm definitely. I think my playing is mostly like just being really silly with my friends.
Being silly. Yeah. I hit like Jasmine and I call it Gremlin Hour. And it's where I just get like super goofy because it's like really late, or like if I'm in the car, I just like make voices for people who are driving past.
Being in the car with Zane is my favorite thing that happens.
Well, you're talking about what I like that late
super
night.
manic.
Yeah, that late night one is like it's like getting the zoomies before bed.
Yeah. I get the late night zoomies, and I'm just like, just making the weirdest fucking sounds and shit. Like everything before that is like, I'm a serious rapper, and then I'm like, like just fucking goofy.
I think it's funny when you like if you sleep next to someone or you sleep in the same place as somebody and then you wake up and like how people like I sometimes will just get like I wake up and I'm just like want to talk, not always, but sometimes I'm that person, and it's funny when someone else is like shut the fuck up, I'm not ready, and I'm like, well, I'm already ready to talk about everything. Like I'll talk to my boyfriend sometimes in the morning and he's like not like sometimes he's like I'm being a dick, I have to go because I'm grumpy, but I'm like we're getting better at it, but I'm very like, hey, let's talk about the day.
I'm so awake. Like, oh god.
Or like I'll ask like weird questions like on a scale from 1 to 10, and they're like, Zoe, what the fuck? I'm like,
love me if I'm warm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, what if I was the size of your thumb? No, I don't know.
Would you keep me in your pocket?
Would you put me in your pocket? Would you make me a mini sleeping bag?
What is a kind of what is a kind of work that is also a kind of play? For me, I feel like music would be my answer to that, where it's just like it is kind of intensive, it is kind of like difficult. I do have to like think about it, but it is still play.
Let me think.
I guess like most creative endeavors.
Yeah, pretty much anything creative.
Straddled those.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in between like this being a creative thing and this being like something that like I have to do kind of.
Yeah. Well, because like ideally when you're doing comedy, you're like playing around, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say comedy for me when it's good.
Yeah.
I
When
feel
you're in
like,
the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my best sets recently I've been like, oh, I was just having a really good time.
Yeah.
And I think back at like all the times where like, no, I need to like hit all my
Yeah.
jokes at like this point, and like and it's doing too many like
Taking it too seriously.
taking it too
Yeah,
seriously.
that's
And I'm
hard.
like, oh, I'm not having fun right now. I'm doing a job.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I need to have fun.
I already have one of those.
Yeah.
Some people.
No, I think that's a good point. Is that like the times that it becomes less like play is when you think about it too much like a job, you know, because like I think there's definitely times I've went to sit down and make music, and when I think about like all the problems that I have of like I need to fix this, I need to do this, it's like then it becomes a job, then it becomes a fixing thing instead of this like I just want to make something fun, you know, like I just want to have fun, I just want to create, I want to make sounds.
This is a really silly comparison, but a few years ago, I really got into the idea that I wanted to be able to throw a football. And so Metro and I, like my partner Metro and I would like go outside and we would like just throw it back and forth. And they would like give me all this feedback about like, do this, think about this, now do this with your elbow, now you think about this with your wrist. And like the more information they gave me, the more I was incapable of doing it.
Yeah.
Because all I was doing was thinking about like 18 different rules.
Yeah.
And then I would end up throwing it like 2 feet that way instead of like even towards them. But then as soon as we talked about something completely different and we were just like talking about like what's our plan for tomorrow or whatever, and then I got out of my head and it became like playful again, then I could actually do
natural.
it.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think once it's playful, it's natural.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that would be a good takeaway.
Well, that makes me think about how like something that is like that does have to be operationalized at the beginning to learn it. often doesn't become play until that operationalization. I don't know how that said becomes automatic. So it's like once you stop being like, okay, this, and that. Once you get to the point where your brain does that part automatically or knows that part automatically, then something that isn't normally play or wasn't play could become play, right? Because then it's like the parts that make it hard, or you just do them naturally, and then you can like move between them.
Well, I imagine it's kind of like that with like video games, right, Gabe? Where it's just like at first you're just trying to figure out the controls and how to not die a bunch, and then you're figuring out how to get good.
Yeah, and have fun. Like, oh, what can I do that like puts a little risk in there? And then like, I'm doing something that's like, I don't know. Yeah.
I think with video games, I struggle to ever get past the not dying part all the time.
I just fall down the hole.
Fun.
I just fall down the hole.
In that hole.
I can't jump. I jump wrong and just.
And then I'm like, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore.
I know people are like, why don't you like video games? I'm like, do you want to watch me play? And then you'll find out. The only ones I'm good at is where I just mash the buttons. Like that's what I'm good at.
But I think that tracks back to the like you weren't able to figure out the operational part.
So I just
so it's
really
like it never became play. It doesn't become play if you're like can't figure out the fucking controls.
It's still a task.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all, how'd you do that spin move? I'm like, I don't know, but I'll just see if I can do it again.
Pushing every button 100 times.
Exactly.
Gabe.
My thumbs hurt.
Well, also with video games, I feel like there also has to be like or at least for me, there has to be like an acceptance. Like you're gonna die eventually, and that's because like I want to do something silly with my video game. I want to like go up to like the final boss and like do an emote and then maybe die. But like, what if I didn't die when I did like a little bow or something, or like I type something stupid in chat like at the hardest part, and everyone's like, why are you typing right now? What? Lock in. And then I die. And then it's like, well, but it was fun. I had fun. Like, can I type? LOL, quick.
Seems like there's some life lessons or metaphors.
I was just going to say, I was like, I feel like this is like a life lesson.
That I'll ignore immediately.
Which is what life lessons are for.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, then I'm nailing it.
You're supposed to be like, this is applicable. I'll use this later.
When I remember, if I remember.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that being able to just get comfortable, that's like, that's one of the things with like comedy that like, so much of it for me has been getting comfortable on stage, like getting my jokes down, writing my jokes, like that's obviously part of it or whatever. But like, if I write a good joke, but I don't tell it comfortably, then it doesn't, then it's not a good joke, and that's, I think that if there's anything that we want to do, whether it's an art or whether it's a hobby, it's I think it's remembering that we used to do it for play, that like that's where it started. Like I didn't play video games so that I could get mad at a bunch of people kicking my ass. I played them to have fun.
Yeah.
I didn't play I didn't get into comedy so that I could be mad that my jokes didn't work. I got into it so that way I could be happy when they do.
It makes me think that like you have to get out of your head and get into your body to play. That's what has to happen. You have to just drop into your body and just be present, and then that's where play happens. But if you're in your head, play feels dorky, and then you judge yourself.
How?
Take a deep breath and you ground yourself.
I think it's a lot about being comfortable and like being okay with being, because like when dancing, at least, like I'll do things that are definitely dorky and like aren't good dancing, but people come up to me and be like, oh my god, I think you're such a good dancer, and it's like, really? I was doing like some really stupid shit comfortably. But like but arguably this isn't like good. Anyone could do
but
this.
You're having fun.
I'm having
people
fun.
Can see that you're having fun.
Being a dork. And like, oh my gosh, the way you did the shopping cart. Like,
For all that Running Man. Roger Rabbit. You just have to you have to get out of your head, which is easier said than done.
Well, and I think that it's something that you can kind of, I don't know, it takes practice, honestly, because I think making something that has felt like work feel like play is like, it's almost reverse engineering it, It's just like, what were the parts of this that felt like play? Because like, like for example, when I'm making music, like I've been having a lot of fun, like creating songs and stuff, but I have gotten to this point of like, okay, well now you need to make the next thing. It's becoming more of a job and more of a task, but it's like, okay, what are the parts of this that I enjoy enough that it can rekindle that play inside me? And what are the mechanical parts that I need to know so I can just create it?
I thought about also like not just giving up caring what other people think is part of that too. Like you have to sort of be like, I don't give a fuck what other people think. And then once you can get there, then it's easier to get out of your head. But I think for me, when I'm in my head, it's because I'm like, oh, what if I look like a dork? What if they think that about me? And once I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'm way cooler and way more fun once I like decide that I don't give a fuck. But it's just hard. Like I don't always get to decide when I feel like that. It's often just like it happens, But
Yeah, I feel like I do a lot of pretending that's how I'm feeling.
yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Which is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also being around people that are good at it, that's helpful. Like if you're around people that are good at just not giving a fuck, it reminds you that you don't have to give a fuck.
Yeah.
But when you're around people that are self-conscious, I don't know about you, but if I'm around people that are really self-conscious, I can become the most fucking self-conscious person ever. But if I'm around people that don't give a fuck, I'm like, Zoe, get out of your own way, dude. Everyone else is having fun and you're over there like, yeah.
I have to think about every step.
Yeah, like when I start to feel like the bummer, that's kind of helpful. I think when you're like, I'm the one who can't get out of, then you start to be like, all right, who am I? Like, you guys are
I'm
being
so
dorky.
special.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like, get over yourself, dude. Everyone else is having fun, and you're like, what if someone thinks nobody else cares? And stop. So yeah, that's kind of
Perfect. We figured it out. We solved it.
Just mock yourself.
Just stop.
Mock
Just stop.
yourself.
Hey, don't do that.
Yeah. Hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that.
If you don't want to feel dorky, just know that everyone will think you're a dork if you care what they think, and then you'll stop feeling dorky. That's
Wow.
I feel fixed.
Or own the dorkiness. Like,
Yeah, no,
I am a dork.
yeah.
And that's fine.
I like
I
that.
am a dork. And that's like,
Because also it means whale's penis, and that's funny.
hello.
Well, on that note, that has been the smoke break. I have been your host, your old pal, Awkward, here with Zoe Schwartz.
Or whale's dick Schwartz.
Jasmine Nothing.
Oh my lord. The morning he does this to us.
And Gabe Holmes.
Whale.
We'll see you next time.
Later, dorks.